Welcome to Knightline Live at 7 o'clock on a Monday night. And we're here. I'm Jerry Middleton and Rick Fletcher. And Rick, I didn't shave today because my wife forgot her phone and I had to take it to her at work and I totally forgot. So this is just a 5 o'clock shadow, or it's not your computer or your TV set that you see here on this. So
it's all right, Jerry.
Welcome.
It's gray. It blends in.
It's gray. It blends in. It might be snow. I'm not sure stuck to me. We're supposed to get some more snow tonight, I think, or tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
inch.
Just in time for sectionals, right? Isn't that the way it always goes, Jerry?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Hopefully,
you think last week the snow we got, normally that would have been sectional week.
Yeah.
But because it got kicked back 1 week this year, I don't think anyone informed Mother Nature. And that little rodent up there in Gobbler's Knob.
Six weeks, right?
6 weeks, I shouldn't
Now, okay, so
put the hurt to him.
you brought that up. I never understood this. Does that mean, for me, 6 weeks, that means mid-March. Spring is here.
mid-March,
So
yeah.
that's pretty good, or is that bad?
That's bad.
That is bad,
Yeah.
right? So if he didn't see or he saw his shadow, right?
He saw a shadow.
So if he didn't see his shadow, when is winter going to end?
Soon.
Like next week?
Yeah. It'll be sunny and 70 next week.
I saw a weather report. It's not going to be sunny and 70.
Well, let me tell you one thing about that little groundhog up there. He does just as good of a job as any meteorologist. I'm just putting that out there.
All right. Well, we've got a busy week ahead of us.
Oh, my goodness.
You got to eat your Wheaties. I told you. All right.
I'm on a pasta diet.
Yeah. You gotta give carb up because you're gonna need it. What do we got tonight? Tonight we're going to be discussing obviously girls basketball. Sectionals are going to start. Tri-Eastern Conference champions. They had their senior night. A whole lot of stuff in there. They're on a roll. We're going to have Cody Dudley's going to be on with us in a few minutes, and then we're going to discuss all that and what's going on, what his thoughts are in the upcoming sectionals. And, really the Knights, we'll get in it with Cody. Thought they had a tough draw right there on that first one. So we'll see.
You got to play them sometime.
Yeah. And let me ask you, why don't, and you're from Indiana, I'm not, okay? Why don't they seed the sectionals?
Because seedings are totally miscued. Like Ohio used to have the coaches vote who they think were the top seed.
Yeah.
Well, some people would vote this team is top, so they would get this second pick.
Okay.
Everybody else would vote.
All right. Here's why I'm asking. So I went to high school in the state of Maine, and they had a system called the heel points. Okay, not everybody made the playoffs. Like everybody makes it. Not everybody made the playoffs, but they had heel points, and it was a mathematical formula based on your record, who you played, point differential, and all that, and that's how they seeded the tournament.
That's the way they used to do football, the Sagan ratings.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably something similar to that right there.
But the Ohio now is using max prep ratings.
Yeah,
is it for that? I'm like,
that's a little. Could be a little off.
Yeah, it could be a little off, especially if you play teams from Indiana.
Yeah.
Or PA or wherever, Michigan. You don't get the anyway.
There's somebody smart enough. Where's Steve Luby when you need him? He's a mathematician.
Yeah.
He could come up with a formula that that's fair and reasonable, so you can at least the sectionals.
See, our sectional would be that hard because you just look at who's played who, and everybody's pretty much played everybody.
Right. Yeah.
And he who wins the most is he who
number one.
Number one.
And then you get the bye.
And you pick your spot.
Yeah.
Where you want to go. Maybe you don't want to buy.
Well,
maybe you want to play first round.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems to me they could come, and this is just my personal opinion, they could come up with, instead of a blind draw at sectionals, they could come up with a rating system. Other places do it, and it works out. So
we'll talk to Cody about that, get his thoughts on that, and also shot clock.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that a thing? Is that a consideration?
I think it's going to be in for next year.
Wow. To take place next year or the year after?
Take place next year, which is going to put a lot of schools into a bind of paying $5,000 to $10,000 to get their shot clocks put in. Plus, Now you got to pay another person a night to run the shot clock.
Well, what you'll see is those little clocks probably on the floor somewhere at some point.
Some of those,
you
you
know.
can get that $2,500 portable system and use that. Let me tell you what.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's silly.
Okay.
It's a whole nother ball of wax. And I'll guarantee you, in watching our games, I don't think anyone's held the ball for 35 seconds.
Well, that's probably the
Yeah.
number right there would be
Yeah.
a 35 seconds.
I don't think anyone has held the ball 35 seconds. Now, maybe late in the ball game or toward the end of a quarter or something, but for the most part,
It's hard to
not
do.
happening.
It's
You know,
hard.
it's hard to do.
When you're trying to run the clock off and you're trying to run, say, a minute. That's hard to do.
a minute is a long time.
Yeah, I mean, without turning the ball over or something bad. All right, so, all right, what else are we doing? Well, we had wrestling sectionals, and we've got 4 nights that are heading on, so we'll talk about that. Plus, we got some video from the sectional. We were there. Jeff Matthews was there. We had a good time. Thank you to the crew over at Centerville. Mike Day's the head coach over there. They were accommodating. Clay Bolser is the athletic director. I want to thank them. Boys basketball looks like they're playing better, Jerry. So maybe, right? Who
Never
knows?
know.
They got a lot of games left, and so they had a big night, and so we'll talk about that, break down the game, and we'll talk to or see a video on our players of the game. And like I said, Cody Dudley's going to be our guest tonight,
All right.
and just before sectionals, he's got tons of energy, and he's ready to go.
Well, we have our NFL Super Bowl countdown.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to go with Seattle.
Well, I mean, it's a reasonable choice.
Well, I just didn't want to get on the Patriot bandwagon. That's where I'm at.
I tend not to pick games, all right, because I don't know. It depends who shows up because, professional football, these guys are good on both sides, and it's a thing. It's a little thing here and a little thing there.
There's a lot of ifs, ands, ors, and buts,
Yeah.
and it only comes down to 5 plays in a game.
That's exactly right, and so we'll see. Drake May has not had a good playoff, but the big stat is they're 3-0.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the only stat that matters.
that's the only one that matters.
And
You win by 1 or you win by 20.
yeah, and they went out and they did it. So my team's headed to the Super Bowl. Surprising. I mean, I never thought that was going to happen, but on they go. So I have a rooting interest in this, but I don't pick games. I just watch. And if you win, you win. And if you lose, you lose. And you know what? Even the losing team, does that mean they're bad? No, they're not bad. They're still good. And people want to give it to the losing team like the Buffalo Bills. All right, now let me tell you what, the Buffalo Bills are good. Okay, just because they're not in the Super Bowl, and most of these NFL guys, it's razor thin from the best team to the worst team, anyway. So
Absolutely, it is.
we have a new softball coach. We make that
we
announcement.
do have a new softball coach. It is Jason Allen, and longtime girls softball coach in the area, mainly travel ball.
Yeah.
And so congratulations to him. I see he put out also who the assistant coaches are going to be.
And who is that?
And that I cannot remember.
Okay, we'll have to get that.
I did see a post that was out there.
Okay.
And we'll try and get that for you here maybe next week, or we may even have Jason on next week.
Well, that's my attempt,
Yeah.
and I wanted to say we're trying to get him on, and congratulations to him. He's got some good young ball players.
And Rick, who would not want to come on here? I mean, we had Sideline IQ on last week.
Yeah.
We put them on the map, over almost 4,000 views. I mean,
Was it that many? I thought it was 3,000.
I think it's like 3,200, 3,300.
Well,
That's almost 4.
I thought it was great having these guys on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to get their podcast situated, and after talking with them, it really got my wheels turning, about different things, because I want to support them. I want them to do good. we're focused on Northeast, and those guys are focused all over, all over the county.
And I don't see how you can be focused when you're encompassing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams, 4 or 5 different sports in the season.
It's
that makes
hard.
my head spin right there. Amen.
But anyways, and we'll have these guys back on too at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
Or we'll ask them to come on.
Yeah.
But we appreciate them coming on. What?
It was senior night, wasn't it?
Senior night for the girls. Addie Kircher and Brooklyn Adams, 2 main cogs in that machine that Cody's got going right now. And I will say, we're going to talk girls basketball here in a second, so we'll get all that in with Cody. But, boy, they're on a roll.
Yes.
Right? They're playing, I think, the best basketball they have all year, which is exactly what you want to do. And kind of what we expected at the beginning of the year. We expected a good team. They went through a lull period. They had a rough time in the tournament that we had here. They played some great teams, which is great. That's what you want to do. But I personally would love to go replay that tournament, see how we perform now. I think that would be a lot more interesting. So
well, and with everything, anytime you play a tournament, it's who's hot and who's not.
Well, and
that's where it goes.
All right, so why don't we do this? Let's take a break, but let's run senior night for girls basketball, and then we'll go into commercials, and then we'll have Cody when we come back.
All right. You're watching Knightline Live.
Now for the Lady Knight seniors. Number 5, Addie Kircher. Parents, Hannah and Chad Kircher. Basketball 4 years, volleyball 4 years, and track 2 years. Future plans to continue both my academic and athletic career at IU East, where I'll be playing college basketball while majoring in business and marketing. I'd like to thank my parents and my family all the time, the support they've given me. They've never failed to show up and couldn't be more grateful. Thank you to all my coaches for pushing me to be the best version of myself. To my teammates, thank you for being my best friends and my second family. I'd also like to thank everyone who supported me throughout my time here. Most memorable moments when me, Brooklyn, and Kinsey were dunking on the mini hoop before the game and we broke the shower rod in the locker room. Oops. Addie Kircher. Number 1, Brooklyn Adams. Parents, Christina and Danny Adams. Basketball 4 years, softball 4 years, track 2 years, volleyball 1 year, National Honor Society, junior class officer, Spanish club, and art club. Future plans get into the diagnostic medical sonography program at Ivy Tech Muncie and become an ultrasound technician. I want to say thank you to my teammates for all the support they provided over the years and my coaches for pushing me to my full potential. I want to say thank you to all my family, my mom and dad for supporting me in the person I am today and always being there for me. Thank you to my grandparents for always showing so much love to me and always having my back. But most of all, I want to say thank you to God. All my victory and glory goes to Him. Most memorable moment was at Zella's house when we were playing hide and seek in the freezing cold weather. We thought we heard wolves howling in the woods. We ran and fit 9 girls into a small calf shelter, and no one could find us. There was hay under us, but had no clue what else was sitting in there. Brooklyn Adams. Let's hear it for our seniors.
At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams, Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
When the professional's vehicle gets sick, they go to All Around Auto Repair and Sales, located in Fountain City. Their SAE certified technicians work on foreign, domestic, and those fun diesels. Work van not feeling good? Or maybe the family car? And don't forget about the Weekend Warrior. Go to All Around Auto, 408 US 27 Fountain City. It's good medicine for your car.
Looking for some good local barbecue? Well, look no further because Ann and the Pigs has arrived. We got tips, ribs, chicken, and our fan favorite, pulled pork sundae. You hungry yet? Well, check out our website at annandthepigs.com to find out where our truck is located next. And if you miss our truck, don't worry, you can cater with us year-round by using our website as well. Ann and the Pigs, bringing tasty where it's needed.
Do you have a big event coming up soon? Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Being aligned with the Better Homes and Gardens brand brings with it a unique approach to identifying, marketing, and servicing distinctive homes. We know that your experience while buying and selling your home is as important as the homes being bought and sold. That's why our affiliated agents are passionate about personalizing every part of your real estate experience to ensure that every moment is distinctive.
In this market, finding a home you love and actually closing the deal is a cause for celebration. And it all starts with a competitive edge from First Financial Bank. We'll get you pre-qualified fast so you can get your offer in first. We even offer programs with low down payment options and reduced closing costs. Plus, our friendly local team is always here to help. A bank that's ready to help you find a home and a reason to celebrate, however you choose to. That's First.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and we're going to be talking a little bit of girls basketball. Sectional comes up starting tomorrow. Knights play first game against the Union County Patriots, which was a tough game here just a few weeks ago. Yeah. But the Knights prevail and come out on top. And so with us tonight,
we've got Cody Dudley, head
Cody
coach.
Dudley.
He's well known around these parts. Cody, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
good seeing you, man.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is the most fabulous time of the year, Cody. I mean, it's actually, we were talking off air. It's been a long season, actually. You guys play games for 3 months.
Yep.
And, so you're doing that. You got summer basketball. So give us a little update. What's the state of your team health-wise, and how we doing?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what you prepare for all year. You have different goals, whether it's conference, county, those things. But at the end of the day, this is kind of what you're gearing up for. So I think we're playing our best basketball kind of at the right time. Our team's kind of figuring it out, and we're peaking going into tournament time. Health-wise, everybody's healthy. Obviously, Carrie's been out with some illness.
Right.
But we've been without her now for a couple weeks. So everybody that we plan on being there and being available is available and healthy and ready to go.
Let me ask you. All right, so I've seen most of your games this year. There was a transition sometime after the holiday tournament, I think, and this is just from my observation. I'm not in your meetings and your practices, and I don't know what's going on, but you guys have seemed to have picked up the defensive intensity. You're playing quick, and teamwork is really kicking in. So address all that and tell me I'm good or I'm full of it. You can tell me whatever you want.
No, for sure, yeah, and that's been a point of emphasis all year. That's something that stood out to us early in the year on tape, on film. Just getting beat in transition, hustle plays. We got to get back on defense and get our defense set. Whether it's made buckets or missed buckets, got to get back, protect the paint. And early, that's something that we struggled with as a team as a whole. And once you get to that mid-season point, and obviously we hit a little skid there, but the competition that we were playing was
good competition,
very good competition.
State champions, only state champions.
Yeah, and so that was kind of the goal, is to come out the other side of that and see exactly what it takes to play at a level and compete at a level like that. Which is kind of what you've seen now. We're on a winning streak. I don't know if it's 8 games, 9 games.
I think it's 9 games.
Yeah, and so, it served its purpose. That's what we wanted to do. But you're exactly right. It's really just our defensive intensity, our ball movement, just sharing the basketball, not oversharing, but making the one more pass, the extra pass. And, the girls make fun of me all the time. I talk about the basketball gods, and they always laugh at me. But I talk about,
it's real.
Yeah, when you share the basketball and you make the right play, good things will happen. It'll find its way back to you.
We had, when the season started, y'all played well. And then you went to the tournament, and you still played well. But again, you were playing defending state champions, and runner-ups and stuff like that. So the competition was there, but you still played well. But I think the game that everything sort of broke loose, there's always that one game, and I think it was the Tri-High game. That first half of the Tri-High game, Rick and me were like, oh my.
Yeah.
This could be really good.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, there were some things that we saw in our holiday tournament, the second half against South Knox. We actually competed and outscored South Knox in that second half.
And they're a good team, by the way.
Yeah, they're very good. But there's little bits and pieces, and we just talked about putting it together for 4 quarters. And obviously, Tri-High's a really good team, but they're not exactly South Knox, and it's one of those when we talk about to get where we want to go, you're going to have to put it together for 4 quarters against teams the caliber of a South Knox. And, just coming out the other side of that, I think we've been able to kind of get over that hump. And, it's not put it together for a half or 3 quarters. We've been able to kind of figure it out and piece it together for an entire game.
Well, another thing I've noticed is that from the first half of the season to Tri-High game and on, our foul count has dropped a bunch. Mm-hmm. And so the bigs aren't getting fouls on them like they did in the first half of the season. And now you're, as a coach, you're like, okay, look down the line here. Do I keep them in? Do I set them down? I mean, and of course, we always sit up here and say, oh, you got to set them down, you leave them in. And I say you got to leave them in, you set them down. I'm like, I'm never right. So, but I mean, those are the things that go into it.
Yeah, and it's, you're talking about team defense, so the bigs might be the ones that are picking up fouls, but if, the guards up front are playing undisciplined or they're out of position, then they're giving up, driving lanes where it allows the other team to get downhill on our bigs and puts them in a bad position where they're kind of forced to foul. So, I feel like you said, we've been able to clean some of that stuff up, play a little better just as a team in general, which, if you're keeping the ball out of the paint, you're keeping the ball away from the bigs, and that's kind of what we've been able to do.
I was used to, when I referee call foul on a big, they go, I said, no, go talk to your guard, because they're the ones that let the ball in here.
Most of the time, yeah.
And they're the one, all right, ref, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along that vein, with Carey being out, Kenzie Johnson is our lone big. But I want to tell you, talk about the play she has, and you talk about fouling. Early, she was getting 2 quick fouls and had to come out. Now she's going into the fourth quarter with maybe 1 foul. I mean, it's got to be a mentality. But the play that she's playing right now, she's at the top of her game.
Yeah, and, I told people early in the season, this is kind of what we expected from Kenzie all along. We saw that from her in the summer. I watched her play AAU, and then in June ball, we saw this version of Kenzie all summer. And then, early in the season, a couple games, she picks up some foul trouble, can't really get in a rhythm. It kind of takes her out of her normal rotation and things like that. And so it was hard to get in a rhythm for her and get in a flow of the game. And now you're seeing, she's able to go deep into ball games and gets to play a lot more minutes now that she's out of foul trouble, and you see her kind of feel out the game a little better. And
she doesn't come out very much
nowadays. And the numbers kind of speak for themselves. When she's able to get a feel for the game and she's not in foul trouble, she's not coming out, and she's able to stay out there and and play ball, she's a great player.
Well, the one game, the ball got down in there over the top of that zone you guys were running, and they drive to the basket, and the first part of the season she tried to block that. This time here, she just gets herself in a position to make them make a tough shot, and if they make it, fine. If they don't, you get the rebound going, but I'm not going to foul.
Yeah, and we've talked about that too. Just sometimes, giving up the 2 points is a little better than picking up that foul. That's at that point in the game with the lead that we have and the time, looking at the time and score, it was more crucial for our team that she did not pick up that foul and just give up the 2 points, live to fight another day. Still made it a tough shot, but, make them make it without fouling, and then we'll go on the other end and try to get it back.
So you've inserted Sammy Kircher into the lineup as a starter, okay? Doing some good things. I mean, Sammy, she's never going to be your superstar, but just solid and a good teammate. So talk about the impact. Slamming, we have fun with Sammy up here, right? From, kind of from volleyball, all right? We're carrying it into basketball, but really, she's playing well, Cody. I mean.
And that's something that we kind of played with in the summer, too. So Sammy started a number of games for us in the summer. Okay. So this lineup that we're going with now that carries out is a lineup that we had played a lot in the summer. So those girls, you can see the chemistry. It didn't take them long to figure it out. We joke around, say Sammy has go-go gadget arms. She's just way longer than you think she is. Yeah. She gets a lot of deflections, a lot of offensive rebounds. She's high IQ player. You'll see her read passing lanes on the backside of our zone, just always kind of in the right spot at the right time. That's a testament to her just being around, studying the game.
She's like that Larry Bird. Larry Bird on a jump like this high,
Yeah.
But always gets in place in the right place at the right time, like up at Winchester. She was just out picking up the trash and got 10 points.
Yeah.
I'm like, what else do you want?
And does the dirty work. I mean, crashes the glass. We talk about, if you're not getting the opportunities you want within the offense, go create some opportunities. Yeah. Go get an offensive rebound. Go get a loose ball. Get a deflection and a run out, or whatever it is. And Sammy does a good job of that.
Absolutely.
So I went down and watched your game against Eastern Hancock. All right, traditionally a good team. They got a big scorer down there in Kenzie Koch. I believe that's Cook.
Yeah.
So in that game, you put about midway through the third quarter, after she was lighting it up, you put Maciola right in her hip pocket, and she stayed there the whole game. So talk about that, because I thought that was excellent call right there.
Yeah, and that's something, we thought we might have to do, but we really didn't want to do it if we
Right.
didn't have to. And it was going to halftime. I think she had 21 points or whatever it was at the half. and
She was
just couldn't-
scoring,
She
yeah.
couldn't miss, yeah.
Right.
And so we just decided, like, hey, that's the look we're gonna go with. And Macy does a really great job if you give her an assignment like that, of face guarding and just kind of being a nuisance and being in your hip pocket all the time. And they're running her off of double screens and stagger screens, and Macy just kind of popped right back up, and
Yeah.
she's right there, and made everything really difficult for her. And that was a big part of the reason we were able to win that game.
We call those gnat players.
Well, you put
Just
Yeah.
annoying.
Well, you're what you're doing there. You're asking a player to sacrifice, okay, right there, and that goes to character for a player, willing to do those things that she's lighting us up. We need somebody to
Yeah.
shut her down.
Yeah, and she ended up, I think, scoring 6 points in the second half. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was a huge part of the game.
Well, let me talk about. I'm going to go through the players here because you're playing a lot of players right now. You're getting right down to the end. So Fiona Breitenbach, she was a freshman starting. It's always tough for a freshman to start, but you can see her progression throughout the year. And so I would say she's not a freshman anymore.
No,
She's
no.
a veteran now. Okay?
Yeah, especially playing for us. I mean, I throw a lot at the players. I mean, we have a lot of different calls, a lot of different sets. Whether it's man offense, zone offense, she's kind of runs a lot of stuff on our defense too. So we're throwing a lot at her, and we did that early. We just kind of threw her to the fire, knew she was going to be a part, play a big role for our team, and we just kind of threw her in there and see what would work and what wouldn't, what she could retain and what she couldn't. And to her credit, she's been able to retain a lot, and so we're able to get a lot done by having her in there. And like you said, you go from senior Ava Mikesel, who's had a couple years in the program, and you kind of take that for granted, and then you get a freshman, and you got to kind of see where her baseline is. And Fiona's picked it up very quickly and has retained a lot of our stuff. So our playbook really didn't get much smaller. She's been able to run those sets and stuff for us all year.
Well, I think with Fiona, I've seen the progression from start, beginning of the year, and every player goes through rough spots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the nature of
It's
the
a long season.
Yeah, it is a long season. You're gonna have some rough spots, no matter even the best of teams, best of players. Then you got your seniors, Brooklyn and Addie. Brooklyn, just selfless. I think I told you one time. Brooklyn can score 8 points and be the star of the game.
Yeah.
Because she does a lot of things, and Addie's Addie. She's been starting since she's a freshman. She's a scorer. You look for that senior leadership from her. I'd expect the same going forward, right? This is their last go-round here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Addie's in the headlines a lot just from scoring, and people pay a lot of attention to that,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. I mean, she does a great job in the role that we ask her to play. But Brooklyn, like you said, she just affects the game in so many ways outside of scoring. We talk to her all the time about, she may have 2 points or 4 points, but man, she just shores up the backside of our defense, cleans up the glass, rebounds the backside, she defends. The low spots in our zone, she defends very, very well, rarely gives up drives in spots that we don't, we're trying to keep people out of. She just understands what we're trying to do, and that's what you want from a senior. She's just locked in on that. And then obviously Addie, plays kind of a nuisance to people at the top of our zone. She gets a lot of deflections, a lot of steals. Turns defense to offense. Then offensively, we run a lot of stuff through her. But yeah, those two have definitely, there's a feel in our locker room that, everybody gets along. It's been a very pleasant season on that front, and that's a testament to those two and their leadership as seniors.
The other thing I would say, if you're a bench player, you better be ready to play, because I've seen Brielle Moody come in. She's only a freshman, play meaningful minutes. Zella Cook against Eastern Hancock. Addie goes down in a heap on the floor. We're all worried, right? And here comes Zella.
Yeah.
She's fast and
Very.
athletic.
She's only got
Very.
one speed, Rick.
Yeah, she's.
One speed, it's 120.
But the thing was,
She's
she was
going.
doing some good things while she
Yeah.
was in
Yeah.
there. And Jaden Hildenbrand, be ready because you might come off the bench. So,
Yeah, and you just
or
never.
Kendall Patterson's another one.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, it all comes down to matchups. It comes down to foul trouble, injuries. I mean, you just never know. But you got to be ready to step into a spot when your name's called. And obviously, you talked about the Eastern Hancock game, and Zella goes in and she knocks down a couple huge free throws.
Big free throws
in that game. So she gets, I think it was a steal and a run out, got fouled, buried 2 free throws, which gave us all the momentum.
Yeah.
But again, like we've seen that stuff from her at practice, so she's been a nuisance to our varsity players all year at practice. So we know what she's capable of doing. And it's just, when you find those moments to get your chance, are you going to seize that moment or, you're going to shy away from it? And she took her chance.
And we all know if you want to make a run in the state tournament, you got to have more than 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to be 8, 9 people that you feel real comfortable with in there, and that's how you win championships.
Yeah.
It's not just that first 5 because, like you said, crazy things happen, one thing or another, and from a fingernail getting ripped off. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we played that Delta game without Addie,
Yeah.
and I think we lost by 4 points, but man, we just competed all the way through.
Yeah,
Girls
absolutely.
were playing different roles.
Yeah,
and-
you did lead that tournament on a very positive note that I
Yeah.
felt,
Yeah.
even though you had a loss,
Yeah.
but you played a lot of players. So if any of your girls are watching, if you're in a uniform, you be ready to play,
Yeah.
all right? Because your number could get called at any point in time. It might be for a quarter, it might be for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
but
you never know.
You got to be ready to
Well,
play.
as we go to the elephant in the room, that's tomorrow night, 6 o'clock.
All right. Union County, very talented freshman on that team.
Yeah.
Talented. They gave us a run for our money. Sometimes experience rises up, but that's a tough draw, Cody. So what are your thoughts tomorrow night?
Yeah, and I think sometimes freshmen are dangerous because
Yeah.
they just don't know what they don't know. They're just there playing. They don't know any better. There's not a lot of pressure on them. They're not seniors. It's not potentially their last game, so they go in with nothing to lose. So I think that's a dangerous team. Obviously, they played us tough. I think we won the game by 11 points. Our thought process is that first half they played about as well as they could play. I think they shot about 60%. They got everything they kind of wanted, and we talked about it at halftime of that game. We kind of stood in the ring with them and took the haymaker, and it was tied up going into the half. So
Right.
we make a few more shots and we missed some easy ones early in that game, and we didn't particularly shoot very well. And so down the stretch we think as long as we tighten some of those things up and play the game that we know how to play with our experience going in, we feel pretty good about it.
And we saw in that game you had like a 7-0 run, and that was kind of the point in the game where you guys pulled away and able to maintain the lead and that type of thing. But as a fan, you got to be a little nervous. I'm a fan, right? You got to play your A game, all right? Nothing. You can't leave it back at home. It's got to come out tonight.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you're talking about high school girls in a win or go home scenario.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly what it is.
You just never really know. I like to think that our experience and our senior leadership is going to be a big difference, but at the end of the day, you can't overlook anybody. It's a one-game scenario, and they're good enough to beat you.
And that's right, because all it takes is one person to get hot and dump 18 on you that you thought they were going to put 6 on you, and then you're like, oh, where'd this come from? Now you're trying to switch defense around, and it just messes with everything.
Yeah.
But the state tournament, when it's one and done, that's where the pressure comes
There's
from.
pressure.
There is,
There's definitely pressure. Congratulations, Tri-Eastern Conference champion. Last go round. Moving to a new conference next year. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's going to be good for everybody. We talk about beefing up our non-conference schedule the last couple years and trying to do that, and now you're going to get that in-conference play.
Yeah.
this little longer road trips, but at the end of the day, you're looking to play some of those teams anyway. So for us, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Just, makes the conference top to bottom. I mean, it's pretty stout competition, so we're excited about it.
You're two-time defending sectional champion. You got a target on your back. That's the way it is. Everybody wants to knock you off, Cody. So
night in, night out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the way it works.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yep.
We'll be there tomorrow night, and looking forward to it. It's a fun time of year.
Yeah.
But it's fun when you win, right?
It's always better when you win. Yeah.
To all you English teachers out
It's
there,
funner.
it's funner when you win.
All right, so Jerry, before we go to break, Cody, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We had our players of the game of the very last
Yeah.
home game, and that was Addie and Brooklyn. They're the seniors, so we're going to do that, then go to commercial. When we come back, we'll get into whatever else we're going to talk about.
You're watching Knightline Live.
We have two ladies right here, no strangers. They've been around for a long time. Addie Kircher and Brooklyn Adams, two key cogs of this machine that we've been seeing that's rolling. Addie, you guys are on a roll, all right? Talk about this roll that you guys have been on.
Yeah, obviously we're missing one of our big key players, and I think going into that we knew that we wanted to play for her and we wanted to come together and show everybody that we're better than what they think. So yeah, we're playing good right now.
Well, Brooklyn, we had a little skid there in the middle of the season, but boy, we've been playing some great basketball. You've been right in the middle of that. Sectionals next week. What are your thoughts? You guys are seniors. You want to make a run, I'm assuming. So talk about next week as we get at the road ahead.
I think we're on a good roll right now, and we're understanding ourselves way better, and we're growing right at the good times. And I think we're going to hit this head on and fly on through.
Well, we're going to play Tuesday night, Addie. You're no stranger to this stuff, okay? Union County, good team, young team, but boy, up and coming. What are our thoughts as we head into that game right there?
Yeah, we have practice tomorrow and Monday to get ready for them, and I think going into it, we're just going to have to focus up, do what we do, and try to key in on what they do well and try to stop it.
All right, Brooklyn, what are your emotions right now? This is senior night. This is it right here. I'm assuming you want to make a run as deep as you can go. What are your thoughts as next week looms?
I'm sad to have the last game here and everything, but I have hope that we can make it far.
Yeah.
We're a good team.
You guys are peaking at the right time, and that's exactly what you want to do. All right, these are your seniors. This is
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
So I recommend Dr. Johnson all the time over the years. Many people have come to Dr. Johnson for my recommendations. And if people live 50 miles away and they tell us they have this problem and they're going to have an operation, we say, no, go see our chiropractor, Dr. Johnson.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Sim Hargen Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1400 1470 and tell them to go Knights!
L&S Lumber Hardware and Supplies in Greensfork. Walk into what a hardware store should be. Filled with Valspar paint, Red Ryder wagons, generators, old Milwaukee power tools, and DeWalt power tools. Animal feed, lawn and garden supplies. Make sure you ask about our pole barn packages. L&S Lumber, Hardware and Supplies in Greensfork.
We would love to invite you to Life Spring Students, our youth group at Life Spring Church that is just south of Northeastern on 27. We meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. You can grab some pizza or a snack from our cafe and then hang out with your friends until 7 p.m. At 7, our student band leads us in some worship through music, and we have a lesson from God's Word, the Bible. We then split into small groups based on grade and gender to apply what we have learned and pray with one another. Find out more at lifespring.tv/students.
Martin's Country Mart, US 27 Fountain City. Swing in and grab a coffee or a frazzle. Maybe a fountain drink at Martin's Country Mart. We also have all your favorite snacks, bottled drinks, and of course, sweet bakery items. Plenty of accessories for dinner. And don't forget the grill menu, covering lunch, dinner, and of course, the kids' favorite, pizza. Martin's Country Mart, Fountain City. Welcome back to Knightline Live, and little wrestling happened last Saturday at Centerville, and of course, the Knights Broadcasting Network was there with crew in hand, and for about a 45-minute time, or was it longer than that?
It was like more 4 hours or maybe 5 hours of broadcast time.
Oh my gosh.
It's a long day. That's just, we were on the air probably at 9, just before 9 o'clock, and I think we went off the air at 3:30. So, Jerry, you'll be there on Saturday.
I'll be there this Saturday.
So you're going to eat your Wheaties before you go, but it's a fun time. When you do wrestling, what you have to understand is in the first round, probably the first 2 rounds, it's chaotic. And we've got Jeff Matthews there. It used to be track wrestling. It's something else now. And I think Jeff figured out it's a little better than what we had. That's what keeps you straight, because then you can tell who's on what mat and where you need to go and that type of thing. But, hey, I think we're getting better, all right?
Yeah.
We do our best. We have young kids on cameras, and they did a great job. That's just the nature of a school broadcast, we got, so our boss, Kara Singleton, she's only in the 8th grade, and she's, telling us what we need to be doing and going and doing that kind of stuff. So a lot of leadership qualities there, and that's what you got to do. But anyways, good day of wrestling. Again, I want to thank Mike Day, Clay Bolser over there at Centerville High School. We gave us a nice setup where we could get it done, and it's just, these are fun, okay? And emotions run high as you get into the later rounds, championship rounds.
Well, yeah, it's now you start to get down to win or go home.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. When you get to that point, the tension does mount up, but 4 nights.
Yeah.
We'll be moving to the regional.
Yeah, let me give you a quick explanation. The numbers 1 through 4 go to the regional. Okay. Now, there's this sectional and a South Dearborn sectional feeds into the Richmond regional. Okay. And so the number 1 from this sectional is going to face off against the number 4 from the other sectional.
Yeah.
And 2 versus 3 and so on right on down the line. Okay. And so you really want to be number 1. All right. But you had 2 knights, Olivia Krall and Lucas Shamness. They both finished second. So they were in the championship round and finished second. and Vanden Miller and Jackson Wellen, they finished third. So they got to the third and fourth place match, and they won their matches there. So all four of them went 2-1 on the day. So that's how they're going to go into that regional. And what they're hoping to do is they want to go to semi-state, which is at Newcastle High School, in the what do you call it? Chrysler Center.
Chrysler Fieldhouse.
The Fieldhouse is what I meant to say. So it was a good day of wrestling. We saw, the fun thing about it is, Jerry, sometimes you see one wrestler piling up the points, but all of it, and we saw this on several occasions, all of a sudden things start turning around and it happens quickly.
Well, the Eastern Hancock, Centerville, I forget I think 136 pound or something like that. That's what happened there.
That's exactly.
I mean, in 45 seconds, it went from like a 6-point lead to you just lost.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
And that reminds me, Ben Whistle, when he was on here talking about that, he said, I was wrestling and boy, I was doing great, and all of a sudden I look up, I got beat.
Yeah, and it can happen that quickly. It can happen that quickly, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
All right. It's not fun if you lose.
It's not fun if you're on the losing end of it.
If you're an observer, that's what makes it fun. So we had I got a little video clip, a little bit of the action of these four wrestlers here. So Kara, let's go to that and see what's going on there. It's 3-2, and Shelton with Newcastle is leading. 34 seconds left in the first period. Young kid.
Very nice step over right there. Very nice, and that's right to the back. That's a reversal to the back. That is a very nice move. He's getting near fault. There's the fall.
Oh my goodness, just like that.
Well, it honestly wasn't just like that. She made a really nice step. Again, I don't necessarily know why I understand that. He was not so successful on his feet in the first period. But I'm not in the room. I don't know what his strengths are,
That's what I was
You always try to set your wrestler up to his strengths. If he gets a takedown here, he proves me wrong. But
well, we don't know. Again, they've been, he's been practicing.
I've seen a few of these. I like when Chamness actually gets aggressive and shoots. He's been in a couple times deep. And shots are not just some wild dive-in thing. I mean, you have to set them up, especially the better wrestlers you wrestle. He's in.
So let's keep it here just for a minute.
Superiority. Step over the leg. Reach for the. He's got to pop his head out of there. If he pops his head out of there, he's going to get the takedown. And he's there. He's there. There it is.
Right
There's the head pop.
All right.
Match over.
Vanden
Great
Miller.
match. Great match. Both young men wrestled very well in that.
Congratulations to both.
This is 144 pounds. Drake Master from Shenandoah has 17 wins on the seasons. Jackson Wellen has 14.
And you can see how tall Masters is. He's got long legs.
Yeah, them long guys are very difficult to wrestle. They just got a ton of leverage. But we're even Steven here right now. Expert work by our cameraman over there, Bryson Oler, keeping it right in the middle of the screen.
Doing a great job.
Like to point out he gets that from Grandpa and not Grandma.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and I'll tell you,
it's a good day of wrestling.
Good day of wrestling, and Saturday will be no different, as we will be at the Richmond Regional.
Yeah.
Coach Whistle did inform us there's 4 mats going on.
Start.
We'll be covering all formats.
Yes, we will.
And also some interviews during the day, and just a lot of stuff. We should be on the air probably about 8:45 in the morning.
Right around there.
If the creek don't rise and the snow don't get deep.
And I've cleared up our internet issues that we had last year. So.
Good deal.
All right, what do we got next, Jerry? Boys basketball.
Boys basketball.
What do we think about our boys basketball team?
I think that from what they were trying to do at the first of the season to what they're doing now is a lot different.
Yeah.
And I think what they're doing now is very good for the personnel that they have.
Yeah,
They've adjusted to it.
I think that's a good description. I think they're starting to get into a rhythm. They've more. Oh, what do I want to say? They're playing better.
Yeah.
Right? They're just started. You could see that in the
They're
Richmond game.
They're more in sync.
Yeah, more in sync. So really, they got this team going. I think it's heading in the right direction. We've been spoiled around here with boys basketball. We've got 21 teams, and we've favored going into the sectionals and winning sectionals. We're not going to be favored this year.
No.
We're not going to be favored this year, but don't be surprised if something good happens.
Well, and you want to talk about the sectional, just briefly. It's going to come down to the draw.
That's going to be a big thing.
Location.
Yeah, and again, we get back to that seeding of the section.
We'll try and get Brent on, and after we see what the draw is, and then maybe we can talk to him. We were going to say something to Coach Dudley, but we ran out of time.
Yeah. But definitely playing a lot better. So, you commend them, and hopefully they got some games. They're going to try to put some wins together, and get on a momentum roll here. And I think they're capable of doing that,
Well, I think anybody at this point in time of the year is capable of doing anything.
Right.
When you come down to all you got to do is win one game and you move on.
Exactly. So Friday night, after the snow delays of last week that we had, they played Lincoln, won handily in that game. Lucas Durbin and Gavin Kraft were our players of the game. Now Gavin Kraft's only a freshman.
Yeah.
Starting to play well. He's got a nice shot for a big.
Gavin Platt.
No, did I say Platt? Gavin Kraft.
You said Kraft. Okay.
Yeah, Gavin Kraft. He's only a freshman.
Yeah, the freshman. Right.
Yeah, they were our players of the game, so we had them on. So, Kara, let's go to that and see what these guys had to say. Our Subway players of the game are junior Lucas Durbin and freshman Gavin Kraft. All right, Lucas, let's talk to you first. Looks like last couple of weeks our intensity has really picked up. Talk about that and how that's helping you guys.
Yeah, I really agree. I feel like this game was a really big game for us, and I feel like it'll help us build confidence for our next couple games that are coming up. I feel like today was more of like a game where how we play.
All right, Gavin, so you're only a freshman. You've been playing JV, but, boy, you're starting to see a lot of time on varsity. So how is that working out for you, and is your confidence building as you're going along?
Yeah, for sure. I think once I start playing more, I'm just going to get more used to it, and I'm just going to get better and better every game that I play.
Well, I tell you, up here in the booth, we talk about you a lot. Not everybody gets out of bed at 6'4", 5", or whatever the heck you are, and so that's great. So games like this, games like last week at Richmond, Lucas, it'll build your confidence as you go forward. We still got a lot of season left, plus sectionals right around the corner. So is this going to help us out?
Yeah, I think it will. And I think we're going to start seeing more wins these next couple games. And I'm really excited to see how we end up playing.
Yeah, and Gavin, I bet your hope is you see more varsity time. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck to both you guys. Good ball game here, and I like.
Welcome back to Knightline Live and boys basketball this week. They go to Hagerstown. The only game they have this week, I believe.
Yeah, Hagerstown vastly improved. They got some real good players there.
Yeah.
So this will be a good test. See how, a good measuring stick for the Knights. See how they stack up now. So looking forward to that game.
Well, it's perfect to go. You swing into Willie and Reds, have some some dinner, and go to the basketball game.
That's all you got to do.
That's all
right?
you got to do. So then we move on to
commercials.
Hey, commercials. We'll be right back on Knightline Live.
When it comes to your home, you don't just want the job done. You want it done right. At Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, we believe your space deserves craftsmanship you can trust at a price that makes sense. From remodeling and restoration to custom trim work, interior painting, interior and exterior doors, or even that deck you've always wanted, every project is handled with care, attention to detail, and a personal touch. Call Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, where quality meets character.
Holistic financial services and professional advice to help you manage and preserve your assets. Welcome to Private Wealth Management at Old National. Here, we provide financial planning and investment strategies from Old National Wealth Advisors and premier banking services from Old National Private Banking to help you plan for and tackle your broader financial needs. It's time to explore private wealth management at Old National. Learn more at oldnational.com/private.
Your school helps shape the person you become, opening your mind to new ideas and belonging to a community. Whether it's earning an advanced degree, joining the FFA, pushing your health and wellness, playing in the band, or playing on the field. It's a safe place where everyone knows your name, and a kid can be a kid. The halls of today filled with the leaders of tomorrow. Northeastern.
You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits! The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Crowd sponsor. Get someone safe. Boom, baby. Call Scoretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scoretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scoretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby! Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home. Rick, thank goodness somebody called timeout because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app and curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
Welcome back to Knightline Live. Just to wrap things up, girls basketball sectional. And now every game will be on the Knights Broadcasting Network, and that's on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Tuesday night, the first game's at 6.
Yep.
Friday, championship game, 7:30 on Saturday night. Get down to Hagerstown, so get out and watch.
We will be there And the Nice Broadcasting Network on Saturday will be at the Richmond Wrestling Regional. We'll be there all day, and as soon as that's up, just letting the police know right now.
We need an escort.
We might need an escort. Oh,
it's going to be a long day,
it'll
Jerry.
be a long day.
Make sure you take your vitamins this week, all right?
I'll need to. So I'll see you tomorrow night
We'll be
up
there.
at Hagerstown, and hopefully everybody will be watching us or get out to the game. It's going to be a good one. So for Rick Fletcher and Kara Singleton, our executive producer tonight, and our boss, I'm Jerry Middleton.